This meeting is being recorded.
Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Friday. Hope you all had an amazing week so far. And my name is Wedaad Price, and I'm a registered pharmacist and a health coach. And today I have with me a really wonderful client, Phila, and she's here to do a little interview with me to share her achievements and her wins and what she went through going through my program. So, hi, Phila, welcome.
Hi there. How are you?
I am great, thank you. So, thank you for joining me on this little interview. And I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions, and so you can share your amazing story. So, just so everyone knows, Pila is a working woman who went through my metabolic reset program and lost 9.6 kilograms and almost 50, actually more than 50 centimeters in total in 6 weeks. So without pills and potions and supplements and heavy exercise. So that's amazing. So I guess my first question would be, what brought you to my metabolic reset program?
Um, Hi everyone. So in terms of what brought me to the program, actually was referred to by my gynecologist, Dr. Schroeder. So I had some issues. I wouldn't say issues, but I'd like been gaining weight over time for a period of like
Mhm.
I don't know, the last 5 or so years. And I was starting to worry about possibly, she mentioned possibly being insulin resistant. And I also was hearing about PCOS with women who are slightly overweight. So I started to like worry about these things, and I started to take my health and weight more seriously. So, but I was also quite overwhelmed. So I tried a lot of things. So when she referred me, I was like, actually, let me just take this opportunity and just see what it's about and see if it's going to help. Yeah.
All right. Wow, that's amazing. And so what have you tried in the past to manage your health and your weight?
Yo, what haven't I tried? So I've tried, like everybody else, I've tried gymming. I've tried um, like a lot of different diets. Like I've tried a lot of different diets. Like some would work for a short period, and then after that, it would just like fall apart. Um, Yeah, so it was basically that, and just like reading up, I just felt like, there are certain things that work, but it just sometimes like the information, just like there's just too much information out there. There's like an information overload. So I felt quite overwhelmed. That's why I was like, I've tried doing it by myself, and I'm not sure why it hasn't worked, because I just have all these conflicting sources of information. And yeah, I just can't, I don't have a way to distill everything that I've seen online and actually put together a program for
Right.
myself and that I can implement and lose weight.
That's amazing. I'm so glad you mentioned that all this information out there and overwhelm and that's what I find with many of my clients. They just don't know where to begin or what's true and what isn't. So it's nice to kind of have a guide who's done all the research and who knows what works and what doesn't to help you along, right?
Yeah.
So, what was then your main purpose for joining my metabolic reset program?
I think my main purpose was obviously getting my weight under control, but also just to be in general like healthier, because I just felt like in a lot of different aspects I was just not feeling okay. Like for example, like low, my energy levels were low. I was just I just felt like I was just very like not well.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to improve my overall health. and then also like lose the weight and yeah, get my health back on track basically.
Right, right. So what did you find different about this approach to what you tried in the past?
I think for me, what Dr. Schroeder had mentioned and that piqued my interest was that it's very like a holistic experience. And I think that for me was what was different because it wasn't just gym or just eat right or just do both gym, like do the physical part. So it's just like I felt like there was a lot of information and awareness created around like the reasons why you are maybe in this position. Maybe you work in a stressful environment, and even though you can gym and do all that other stuff, if you're not able to control your stress levels and allow your body to be in a state where it can like lose the fat or like get rid of the weight, then it kind of like you'll just feel like you're not making enough progress. So I think that's for me what was different, the holistic approach to it in control, like sleeping and getting all these factors right and getting, everything in balance so that your body can naturally lose weight.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. That's you mentioned quite a lot of key points, which is beautiful. Just this holistic approach. So thank you for bringing that to light. But now let's share some of your amazing results on the program. Would you mind?
So in terms of like the results, I think for me, like obviously what the main one that stands out is like, oh, I've lost because I'd honestly I didn't think I was gonna lose like I thought I'd lose maybe 5 or I don't know what I expected coming into the program, but I think it's losing like almost 10 kgs in like the first 6 weeks, and for me it was shocking how like the weight came off so quickly and not easily but like easily like. And I think I think that's what sort of amazed me in that, like, s- if you just like, yeah, so it actually, the weight comes off quite quickly, especially at the beginning, because it just goes to show how the way that your lifestyle is currently structured and what you've been doing is so counterintuitive that your
Mhm.
body kind of like is struggling to let go of weight. But if you just do the right things, it just naturally, you don't have to gym, you don't have to do anything at that stage. So yeah, so for me the major milestone was losing that 9.6 kilograms in the first 6 weeks. I've never like lost that much weight in my whole life. So I think that was just
Wow.
like shocking to me. Like, so I think that was, and then I think another milestone was just, yeah, I think beyond the physical as well, just having energy. Like I was, like when the initial phase ended and we could start exercising, I was so like excited to go back to the gym.
Yeah.
So I just, yeah, I'd never like had so much energy, and it's almost like I was so lethargic before. So I think it was that, and just feeling generally quite healthier, seeing improvements in mental health because I'm sleeping better than I used to. And yeah, so I'd say those were the highlights for me.
Wow, thank you. Thank you for sharing. I was actually going to ask, whoops, sorry. I was going to ask how else has your life changed for you since working together? But you mentioned about your energy improvement and mindset. But how else has your life changed for you?
I think definitely, yeah, I think it's the awareness that was so important for me in that, because we don't actually know certain things. We just take things for granted. It's just the awareness of what, like, even though, like, post going through the program, like, life happens. Sometimes your stress levels will be elevated. But now I'm so much more aware of the importance of, like, reducing my stress and managing my sleep. I kind of know what the levers are. Whereas before, I just would try different things thinking, oh, maybe this will help to lose weight. But now it's like, even though, like, beyond the program, like I kind of have that awareness. I think I mentioned before that I didn't really cook much, or I didn't like cooking. But I think coming out of the program, I'm so much more, I cook a lot more. Because I think, yeah, if you're trying to eat clean and stuff, you realize that there's very few sort of substitutes from what you can sort of tell that whatever ingredients you can incorporate into the meals. So I definitely cook a lot more, and yeah, so I think I've just kept all the like sort of elements that I learned on the program and just incorporated them into my life, like the importance of sleeping and
Ah,
managing stress.
yeah, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. What did you find was the best part of working together, in this program?
For me, I think it was the individualized support, because yeah, it was in addition to the group sessions where we'd learn all the modules. It was like the individual sort of feedback, because obviously, like, it's good to just have someone who's guiding you along the way, telling you that, okay, this, you maybe should do more of this or do that, in a very non-judgmental way, where it's like, okay, you, because there was a lot of learning on the program, so certain things you took for granted, but over time you kind of learn it. So I think for me, I valued the one-on-one feedback. um yeah, I found that to be very helpful. Yeah, and then the group sessions as well, just being able to encourage each other, hear other people's journeys, because like when you're alone, it just seems like you just trying to figure this out by yourself, but you learn from someone who's also like on a similar journey. So I think that's what kind of stood out for me.
Oh, great. I'm glad you like the group setting because I never know if
Yeah.
that's a good idea or not, but I'm glad you like it because sometimes we just need that support, not only from the coach, but then from someone else who's also going through a similar journey. So I'm so glad you like the group setting. Um,
Yeah. Well,
Right. And so what would you say to someone, let's say, thinking about taking that next step to either work with me or just make that improvement in their health and just taking that next step? What would you say to them?
I would definitely encourage somebody to take this next step and do this for themselves. I think, yeah, I think for me, like, being part of the program, it wasn't just that the benefits of it, but I was also very sort of impressed and sort of proud that I had decided to take this active step to take control of my life, and to do something that I think will be in my benefits, and that I believe will sort of change the course of my life. So I think, um yeah, I think definitely I would definitely encourage, if someone's considering doing it, because like, you learn so much, and it'll just really like quit like turn a lot of the stuff that you took for granted. You'll just turn it around, and you'll be able to get a very new, fresh perspective on how to be healthy and to stay healthy. I think a lot of, yeah, I think there's a lot of like information, and it's not very clear what one must do. But I think this is definitely something that I am so glad that I did.
Okay, great. No, thank you. Thank you for sharing. And I hope this inspires someone else to, take that next step to just improve their health. And I'm so glad. I just want to acknowledge that you did such an amazing job and you put so much effort into yourself and prioritizing your health. It was so wonderful working with you because you were so coachable and you were just like, you did your thing and you just went for it and made the changes. So well done. I'm so happy for your results. Amazing results, like 10 kilos in 6 weeks. That's amazing. It was just such a pleasure working with you, Pila. I guess my last question then would be any final thoughts that you'd like to share?
um yeah, I think like the last question is like more what I'd like to leave with people, that like, um yeah, this, like, you need to do something for yourself, and you need to sort of like take control. If you feel like, things are getting out of hand, this is like probably one of the best decisions you can make in order to put yourself on a path of like health. And due to the holistic nature of it, I think it'll be helpful in so many other areas of your life, and in just giving you that ability to regain balance and just be in a place where you can live better. I mean, even like your work life, just your general life will improve. So I definitely think, yeah, it's very holistic. So as much as you will definitely lose the weight, and you realize that your body actually, it's like, it's just holding on to a lot of weight that can easily be got rid of.
Right.
There's also a lot of like other holistic benefits.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. I guess lastly, I guess I wanted to ask this before, but where do you think your health would be if you didn't take any action when you did?
Ay, ay, ay. It's hard to tell, but I think I would. Yeah, I think it was just like, I think I was just gonna be probably like slightly heavier and like way heavier, but also just like feeling very like tired and lethargic, and just, just not being able to sort of enjoy life. Because I mean, I enjoy like running and just taking walks and things like that are just so much better when you have the energy, and just life is so much better when you have, energy. So I think it definitely has changed my whole outlook as well, because then I feel like I can just do so much more. Like I'm not carrying on this additional weight. And also, like, I mean, it's also a journey. Like for me, it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, just to just it's just a milestone for me. It's important to believe that actually I can lose weight successfully, because I didn't think that I would be able to even like get to this point. So I think it's more just like the beginning of a journey.
Exactly, exactly. Yes. So I just want to thank you for taking the time out today to share with me and whoever's listening your story. It's very, very inspiring. And yeah, so I wish you all the best. The best is yet
Thanks.
to come because it's a journey into your future, and you now have the tools to maintain and sustain your health going forward. So thank you again for sharing your wonderful words and your inspiration with me and whoever's listening. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for all the help.
Oh, you're most welcome. And to whoever's listening, thank you for your time as well. And I hope you guys have a more amazing weekend ahead. And thanks for listening. Bye for now.